I never saw myself as a hero because I didn't think it was possible for someone who looked like me, who acted like me, who was like me to be that hero.
Wrong.
I'm sorry?
On the board. Wrong. Wrong.
But
Maybe the game wasn't meant for her.
I'll be honest, that's about the point I got to in that reveal video, her little diatribe there, and then I just kind of stopped. I'm like, I'm not listening to this.
Well, guess what? You get to hear the whole thing today.
It never stops.
Now I feel less bad about the fact that I bought dice when I said I wouldn't.
Yeah, don't feel bad.
Do people like that seriously think that everyone sat around a table is a huge, strapping barbarian bodybuilder or a grey-haired wizard? Do they think everyone has to look like their characters?
I'm a 6'3" white dude. I've literally played female halflings. Like, who gives a fuck?
Bitch, don't tell me what to do!
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the days where we all sat around and we all looked at each other and nodded with agreement and said, no women, no minorities, no Irish.
The 70s, basically, in the United Kingdom.
You know,
Well,
back in the 1980s
pubs.
when I first started my gaming career, I went to my local hobby store and I was going up to the room to go play D&D with the Saturday gaming group, and it said, no Mexicans, no dogs, and so I had to walk away.
Because of which one, the Mexicans or the dog?
Because you're a Chihuahua, so
Yeah.
I'm a Chihuahua.
I've never played a tabletop game, and I know more about it than these folks do in regard to boo-hoo, play the violin. Why are there no characters who look like me or sound like me?
It's not even true. Oriental Adventures is from what, like 88 or something? Like,
Did you just say Oriental?
Well, wait a minute. Let's ask one of our favorite minorities on the panel. Ash, you played your first role-playing game. You played your first role-playing game on our stream with Grim, and your character was not an Indian person, not a Sikh.
He was at heart. No, I'm just kidding. That's one thing I wanted to get onto. Is one thing that I realized, and these people definitely don't understand, is the whole point of D&D is you're suspending your disbelief. It's a fantasy game. You're role-playing as someone else. You're not supposed to be yourself in another world. It is basically just an isekai at that point then if you want that, go and play an isekai.
Exactly. Well, wait a minute. You mean you're not actually a sorcerer who with a hellhound that sacrifices people?
I mean, only on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's such a contradictory mindset involved. I mean, I'm all for expanding the mythology and background of the world and introducing stuff from different mythologies and folklore and so on. But they'll complain about that because they'll say it's cultural appropriation and you're doing it wrong, while at the same time demanding that you're fully inclusive. And then they want sensitivity readers and accuracy readers and all this other stuff. I think they're just utterly missing the point. I think they just want to destroy your stuff and then move on to destroy other people's stuff and lay waste to our entire culture and civilization. But I don't like to think the worst of people, right? And I think they're probably coming at this from what they think is a good place. And I hate that they have made me so utterly suspicious of anyone who spouts this kind of stuff. There are good things there in the core of it, but you can't divorce that good stuff from this lording it over other people and bullying and censoring and controlling and parasitizing projects and all of this other bullshit. But I still feel uncomfortable about bitching about it.
It ultimately all stems
white.
from like a place of empathy. It's just empathy without restraint to an extent.
toxic empathy?
Like. Yeah, we can go with that, for lack of a better term.
Well, it's like Rutger Bregman says, temper your empathy, train your compassion, because empathy, you're putting yourself in the other person's place, which isn't necessarily a good place to be. If you empathize with a drug addict, right, you might supply them with drugs, whereas the compassionate thing to do would be to help them get off them, right, and wean them off the drugs. So empathy's not necessarily that useful.